Just having a technical difficulty right now, but the tech master is taking care of it right now. So just hang tight with us. So Yvette, just talk to me just while David is doing his thing. How have your day been? It's hot. Oh, okay.
It's hot.
Okay. All right.
You'd think I didn't live here before, but I guess I got used to the air conditioning. So now I'm hot all day.
Right, right.
Take a lot of showers. But it's been good. It's been productive.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long you gonna stay with us?
I'm just here for a few more days. I've been
Uh-huh.
here for almost 3 weeks now.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I came to take care of business, and I'm from here, so
Right, right.
there's always going to be a reason to come
Yeah,
back.
definitely, definitely. So you're gonna be making this trip on a regular. You're gonna stay over there for next year before you make the next move.
I'm sure I'll come back. I mean, my parents are still here, so
Okay. Okay. All
there's
right.
always a reason to come back.
That's right.
Even if it's just take a nice swim in
So
the beach.
yes.
Enjoyed that.
Okay. So yes, obviously we have a special guest in house, Yvette Ali.
Yes, there she is. I got that corrected as quickly as possible. Yes, we're back. So this is the HR Perspective Talk Show, and our guest tonight is Yvette Ali. She is a small business entrepreneur. I guess is the safest way to put that. And she's going to talk a little bit to us tonight about her services that she provides. Thing of virtual. I guess virtual business, I guess lack of a better way to put it.
Virtual assistants.
Virtual assistants, okay, that's it right there. So yes, just kind of give us, what got you into this? What was your inspiration to have your own business, and kind of where you are now with this with your business.
Okay, well, I've been doing it for a few years. Actually, before the refinery closed, I worked there for 20 years, actually. So even before it closed, I started doing resumes. That's what I do mostly on the side. And so I kind of got a feel for what it's like to, work from home and do small projects for people. Once the refinery closed, I started thinking, just like many others, okay, what's next? What do I do? A lot of us had to think about reinventing ourselves. Here we are, we've worked in the refinery for so many years, and of course we're all devastated, like, oh my God, what am I going to do next? And so many of us, not just me, had to think about doing things like this, like working for yourself. So it's just a matter of just using the skills that I already had,
Okay.
and thinking, how can I offer these services on my own
Okay.
to individuals, There's a lot of people out there, even small business owners, big business owners, that need help. They're just so busy. They don't have the time.
Yeah.
And they like to outsource. They do it, they'll have someone come in and work on small projects for them.
Okay.
Or just put in a couple hours a week.
Okay.
So that's a virtual assistant, basically a person who works from anywhere.
Okay.
You don't have to be, at an office. You don't have to work for one person. You can work for multiple people.
Yes.
You can work for anybody anywhere.
Okay.
And so it's something that pretty much anybody can do, but not anybody can do either.
Okay.
You have to have discipline and be professional, just as professional, even more than working at an office, because
Okay.
people don't see you and they have real high expectations,
Yes.
your
Yes.
performance.
Yes. Yes. So what other kinds of services besides resume writing do you provide, or is that just pretty much it?
That's my main thing.
Okay.
I'm really good at doing that, and I really enjoy doing that. But I just set up my website over the summer. So there's four things that I offer. I do resume writing, which includes cover letters. I do social media management.
Okay.
I do writing consultancy. So what that is, as an example, it could entail writing social media content, web content, reviewing papers. Like, for example, I got one little job while I was in Dubai. I'm helping an MBA student in Saudi Arabia who was, last minute writing a paper, and she, English is not that great. She just needs somebody to help her go over it.
Okay.
And to give her some tips, someone who's really good with English.
Okay.
So, if you're living in a foreign country and you speak English, I mean, you can do that.
Really? Okay.
It's not that hard.
Okay.
Also, so the last part is virtual assistance, which is basically being like an administrative person for one person or two. For example, I have a client that I work for. I give her about 10 hours a week. She's really busy. I mean, she's like really doing meetings all day long. So I do her calendar management.
Okay.
I schedule calls for her. I do a little bit of everything. On my website, there's a list of like 50 typical tasks that a virtual assistant does.
Okay.
So it could be ordering flowers for your mother. It could be, it could be anything.
Any number of things, yeah.
It could be research. You
Okay.
know, it could be posting jobs. It could be interviewing. It's just things that they don't have time for.
Time to do. Okay.
So yeah, it's like I said before, it takes a lot of discipline to do it. A lot of structure. It's just like a lot of people think you can work from home and it's really easy.
Okay.
But it's not.
Okay. So and you talk about your website. So you built your own website?
Yeah, I did it myself. It's on Wix.
Yes.
That's the first time I've ever done it. It was really easy.
Okay.
I think anybody can.
Do you want to share what the website is?
Yeah, I had to write it down because I just launched it.
Okay.
So I was like writing my notes before I came here. It's www.yvetteali-virtualadminservices.com.
Okay. You might want to say that one more time. That's like a long.
Yeah, it's long. I know, it's long. So actually, if you just Google my name, Yvette Ali Admin Services, you'll get it.
Okay.
I got a domain name, and it just comes right up.
Okay.
Okay. It's not a common name.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I just started it. So, and the idea behind is like people have been asking me for a long time, when are you gonna have a website? I'm like, yeah, I need to do that. So I finally did it, and I do this very part-time now, but I'm also looking for a full-time job, and I'm also a student.
Okay.
I went back to school because even though I have all the experience of working in a refinery, I didn't have a degree. So now that I'm in my mid-40s, I don't mind sharing my age, and like many others, we're finding ourselves, okay, we worked in a refinery, and some of us didn't get the degree while we worked there. Now it's like really hard to get a job.
Yes.
So I started working on that, and in the time being, this is my part-time work now.
Okay.
When I finish school, if I can't find a full-time job, I'll do this.
You'll do this.
Because
okay.
I mean, all you need to do is have a few clients, and that's full-time work.
Okay.
It's a job just like any other. I mean, you may not have all the benefits, but.
So how do clients find out about you? I mean, are you just marketing it yourself online through other websites?
Yes, you can do that. A lot of it is through just word of mouth.
Okay.
One client I got through a freelancer's website. She posted a job. She needed an assistant, and so she hired me. I replied, and she interviewed me. A couple other people, and that's how I got that job.
Okay.
So that's one way you can actually apply, post your information on all those freelancer websites that are out there. But you got to really research that too, because there's a whole lot of them, and you got to figure out which ones are the legitimate ones. And over there in Dubai, where I live, there's one called Nabesh. Nabesh, yeah.
Okay.
So it's like Elance,
Okay.
And I actually worked for them for 2 months on a consulting job.
Oh, really? Okay.
So that's how I got that client. But you can set up your website and just start marketing.
Okay.
Word of mouth, or you can just look for freelance work on your own.
Okay.
Through these multiple freelance websites.
So you mentioned resumes and working on resumes. So do you work on all types of resumes for nurses, doctors?
Yeah.
And just all kind of resumes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I do all sorts of resumes, functional, chronological, mostly functional in combination, which is a functional and chronological resume in one.
Okay.
But yeah, I've been doing it for like 10 years. I started doing it when I worked at Complex, at, CTech.
Yes.
For students.
Yes.
And I was kind of good at it, so I said, let me, start doing this. I took a few courses, and I'm not certified. You can actually get certified. It's on my list of things to do. But you don't have to be certified to write resumes.
Okay.
And you can actually go online, and there's a lot of resume writers out there. So a lot of people tell me, I've gone on there and I just don't know what to do. I've gone on there and I've paid to have my resume done, and it was really awful.
Okay.
So there's a trust factor in there too.
Okay.
I barely advertise.
Okay.
Most of the resumes that I do is because I did one for someone, and that person told someone, and they contacted me.
Okay.
And that's good enough for now, because I don't have the bandwidth to do like a whole lot right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. As you mentioned bandwidth there, so I'm gonna ask you: is the internet fast over there?
Yeah, it's really fast.
Okay.
Yeah. Everything is fast over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so just resumes. That's pretty much it as far as and just I guess other virtual assistant type things that you said, like
Yes.
like scheduling meetings and appointments for your clients and that kind of
Yes.
stuff. Okay.
It's like if you go to my website, I have a list of 50 things. There's
Okay.
a lot of stuff. It's like whatever she doesn't have the time to do, you know.
you can
and
do.
I like doing the writing stuff, you know, the
Okay.
creative stuff. And she has me, because I'm good with writing, you know, and English.
Okay.
You know, she has me do a lot of writing for her that I enjoy doing.
Okay.
So.
Okay. You had a question, Soup?
Yeah, what you see, you went back to school, Yvette. What are you? What's your discipline in now?
Organizational management.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay.
During
I'm
the
almost
course
done.
online.
Yeah, online
Okay.
through Ashford University.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's tough to do it at this age, you know, because I'm like, gosh, you know, in school, but, you know, I'm almost done, you know,
Okay.
so.
Taking you
Yeah.
what, a couple years to?
Oh, it's 4 years, but with, you know, with online, I mean, you can structure it how you want. Depends on the school, you know.
Okay.
Some of it, most of them just run all year long.
Okay.
And like every week they start a course. It depends on how the school structures it.
Okay.
So it's taking me a little longer because I had to take breaks, but I'm almost there.
You're almost there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Just so once again, just the resumes and just other virtual assistant types of things.
Social media management.
Social media. Talk a little bit about
and
that.
that's a big one. I mean, I remember a few years ago somebody told me, you know, you'd be really good at doing social media management. Like, what's that? You know, because I guess because they saw me on Facebook a lot.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
So and now, I mean, just in a matter of 2 years, it is like it's like real work. I mean, you know, as you can see, you know, there's companies that hire people just to do that.
Yeah.
And you can actually get a degree, I think, in social media marketing. So there's a lot of people that, you know, are small businesses are like that don't have the time or don't know enough
Okay.
about social media. So they'll hire somebody just to do that for them.
So
you know?
explain a little bit more in detail what that is when you say social media.
In managing the person's web Facebook page and their
Okay.
Twitter and all their social media accounts, content writing, knowing how to manage that, you know, how to schedule posts, how to write your comments, like not just curate information or
Okay.
articles, but, you know, when you curate an article, when you post an article, write something surrounding it that's, you know, succinct and to the point and not lengthy. There's a lot to know about it. You can actually take short courses.
Oh, really?
So
Okay.
knowing how to manage that, because, you know, it's all about getting, you know, people to look at your site, the numbers, you know.
Yeah.
The more, you know, the more people you have looking at your site, the more you'll be able to attract,
Yeah.
how should I say, sponsors.
Yes.
So, you know, there's a lot of people that just don't have the time or don't know, you
Yes.
know.
Yes.
So
I do that in sort of a very abbreviated kind of a way on the
Yeah.
show here. So
it's time consuming.
yes.
It,
Yes.
it's really, it takes a lot of time.
Yes. it
And
does.
know-how.
So social media is Twitter, Facebook, and I guess there's some others that you deal with, or just Facebook
well,
only.
I manage. I'm more comfortable with Facebook because that's what I use a lot. I have a Twitter account. I don't really use it a lot.
Yes.
But yeah, most people will have a Twitter and they'll have a Facebook and they'll have Instagram.
Okay.
And the reason is because they want to cover everyone. You know, there's some people, some of their customers may only be on Twitter or they may only have Instagram.
Okay.
You know, the younger generation now they're more into Instagram, or they'll just have Facebook. So they want to be able to cover everybody. So they'll
Okay.
have to have all the accounts.
So you're telling me
Yeah.
that I have to get an Instagram account
You
now?
should have an Instagram account.
Yeah, I don't have one. I have
Yeah.
the Twitter and the
It's all
Facebook.
about the pictures, but I'm sure there's a lot of pictures you can post on there. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we're always
Yeah.
taking pictures when
Yeah.
we remember to do that.
Yeah, and then-
That's why we need an assistant.
And then when you post to Instagram, you know, you just click, you know, Twitter or Facebook, and it just goes.
It just goes right
one
off,
click and
yeah.
it goes right off. So,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
So you do this for very small businesses and just you know.
Mostly small businesses because it's just something that people I find out a lot of times people don't know. They just don't know enough.
Okay.
You know, or they just don't have the time.
to,
you know.
to do it, yeah.
You know, this one lady I worked for shortly, she just didn't have the time, you know, so she hired me full time to do it, but I didn't do it for very long.
Okay.
But it was a job.
Okay.
It was a job.
Okay.
I mean, it really was because she has like probably 10,000, you know, likes on her page.
Oh, really?
And,
Okay.
Yeah, and I actually learned a lot from her about how this thing is supposed to work.
Okay.
And it's all about the photos and the content and you
Yeah.
know, those numbers, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
KPIs, you know.
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
it's really big.
Yes.
You know, it's amazing how social media has just exploded, and
Yeah.
it's the new marketing, the new advertising.
Yeah.
If you have a business and you don't have a Facebook page, it's like, okay, what's wrong with you? You're supposed
Yeah.
to have that, you know.
Yeah. There used to be a time too where you had to have a website
Yeah.
and now you have to have the website and Facebook.
Gotta have it all.
Yeah, you got to have it
Yeah,
all to
you
sort
gotta
of,
have it all.
push your business forward.
Yeah.
So you're I guess as you're here in St. Croix now, so you're doing this for clients just all over. So I guess you have your laptop and you're connecting in and
Yeah, and that's the beauty of virtual work, because of course, it's portable. So, you can work from anywhere.
Okay.
So my client that I work for, I'm working for her from here.
Okay.
When I was in the States a few weeks ago, we have Skype meetings, and
Okay.
I do the calendar management, and
Okay.
you have all these apps that help you do that. I schedule across time zones.
Yes.
So I schedule, and that's kind of, it trips me out sometimes. I'm here and I'm scheduling a meeting for someone in China and someone in New Zealand because she has clients all over the world,
Yes.
know?
You gotta get that time right too.
Yeah, you gotta get the time. There's a web app for that. But it's amazing how technology has made this all happen.
Okay.
That you can really work from anywhere.
Okay.
So the message is that, for those who, I'm sure, I don't know where, I've kept track of some people, but for those who are still lingering and wondering what to do, think about, what you know how to do, because everybody knows how to do something.
Yes. Yes.
And you can sell those skills. You're probably not going to make as much money as you made in Hovenza, but you can actually sell those skills.
Yes.
And you can work from home.
Okay.
And there's a book that I can recommend. It's called Work from Home by Christine Durst.
Okay.
She was brought here when I worked at Connect Space to do a workshop, and it's pretty good. I met her personally, and she's been doing telework for many years. So she wrote this book, and I read it, and it has some really, really good tips, really good stuff. So anybody who's really considering doing this,
Okay.
I would suggest they read that book.
Okay.
Read that book.
Okay.
And actually connect with her, because she's the kind of person that she'll answer emails. I mean, you have a
Oh, really?
question. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
important.
Really, really nice lady.
You better repeat her name again.
Christine Durst. Durst.
And you said she came here?
Yeah, she was brought down and she did a workshop at UVI.
Okay.
That was about a year and a half ago.
Okay.
Yeah, and so her book is on Amazon.
Okay. Okay.
So that's a start. Just understand what that means and how you can get into that, and
Okay.
then take it from there. And then the next step is like set up a website. You should have that.
Yes.
You get to sell your services and your Facebook and your Twitter and all.
Yes.
That. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
So are there a lot of people that do what you do? I mean, is the competition fierce?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. There is a lot of people because freelancing has been around for a while. There's Elance. There's a whole bunch of them. I don't have a list right now, but if
Okay.
you just Google, best freelance websites, you're gonna see a whole bunch of them in the U.S.
Okay.
The one in the UAE in Dubai, that's the only one, and she is a small business owner. She started this on her own, and she's doing pretty well because she's like 30,000 people enrolled. And
Oh,
she
really?
serves
Okay.
the whole Middle East region, and I used to like post the jobs for her, and it's just. You can do all sorts of jobs: translation, web services, website building. I mean, just things you would never imagine.
Okay.
Personal shoppers, any kind of small job.
Okay.
Some of them are short-term jobs.
Okay.
Social media marketing.
So just primarily stuff over there, or is it just
For
worldwide?
that particular website is for over there, but in the U.S., there's a lot of freelancer websites.
Okay.
It's been around for a while. It's nothing new.
Okay.
So you can explore those.
Okay.
Just some of them even offer free webinars.
Okay.
When you sign up, like Elance does that.
Okay.
So you can learn how it works.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it could be competitive. It could be frustrating because you don't know where to begin. There's so many people on there, but it's all about how you set up your profile.
Okay.
They give you tutorials, and it's just like LinkedIn. Set up a really good profile, get your business portrait.
It's just
Yeah.
like what?
It's just like LinkedIn.
Oh,
you know?
LinkedIn, okay,
Yeah. You
okay.
Make sure you set up a good profile.
Okay.
Make sure everything is populated correctly.
Okay.
Set up, put a good business portrait.
Yes.
Don't-
Yes.
like
So
that.
you heard of LinkedIn, right, Sue?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I do LinkedIn integration as well. That's an add-on for my resume service.
Okay.
So when I finish with that, sometimes people say, "Well, I want to get my LinkedIn up to date now."
Okay.
So I do that part too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. So it's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Okay. And how long you been doing this now? Just like you said.
Well, I've been doing resumes for a while, but then I started doing other things.
Okay.
When I found myself over there looking for a job, and I said, okay, I'm not finding a full-time job. Let me see what I can find in the freelance area.
Okay.
I've gotten a couple gigs, and it helps. It's
Okay.
income.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything counts.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so there's anything else that we might have forgotten to ask you? That's kind of a silly question I always like to ask.
Well, what I want to say about resumes, I guess what I get a lot is that people, of course, they always wait to the last minute. It's like, I need it tomorrow. So what I tell people is don't wait. You know, even if you have a secure job, you should have your resume up to date, because you just never know.
Right.
You know, don't wait until that moment that you have an interview tomorrow to be thinking about your resume. You should have your resume ready at all times. You should look at your resume every 6 months. You know, especially if you're working too, because, you know, you may have attended some workshops, your job may have changed. So, you know, don't wait until you need it, because then you come to me and I was like, I'm too busy, I can't give it to you tomorrow, or any other resume writer.
Okay.
But it's important to look at that and have that, because to not just have it, but have it done correctly.
Yes.
You know, because you know what happens, you know, the recruiters go through thousands of resumes and they say that average look over is 5 seconds.
Yes.
I've been on that chair and I've done that.
Yes.
I literally like, oh, okay. And then so it's the ones that stand out.
Are the ones
you know,
that you kind of put in the
that,
other pile.
Yeah, that you start to really look at.
Yeah.
So it's important to do that.
Okay.
And you know, it don't feel bad if you don't know how to write your resume. I have, you know, people with 6-figure salaries come to me and to write their resume.
To write
It's
the
okay.
resume.
You know, that's you hire a professional. It's
Yeah.
okay. You know, don't. So
Don't feel bad.
Yeah.
And so you have a website, and so if I wanted to, you know, have you do my resume for me, is this like I can just submit it online?
no, just email me.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
start the
just as simple as that?
conversation. Yeah,
Okay.
email me and then I'll have you send me your old resume, and
Okay.
then I'll most likely send you a couple questionnaires. You'll have to do a lot of homework.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have industry-specific questionnaires and just key accomplishments.
Okay.
That's important. That's the most important part of the resume now.
Okay.
It's not just writing, oh, I did this, I did that, you know, the redundant, typical job description. It's showing, demonstrating, you know, what specifically did you do? How did you make a difference on a job?
Yes.
So, you know, under each job, you should have at least 1 or 2.
Okay.
And for a lot of people, that's hard. Like, I can't think of any. Well, I have a worksheet for that.
Okay.
So we kind of go through that together, identifying your best attributes, you know, avoiding all those cookie cutter words.
Yes.
You know, it's like a whole bunch of
It's a whole
things together.
process.
It's a process. But by the time I'm done, I've never had a person tell me I'm not happy with what they're like. Oh, wow, okay.
Okay.
This is really nice.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a marketing document.
Yes.
That's how it ends up looking.
Okay.
You know?
And you
Yeah.
and I guess you do all this on the fancy paper.
Yeah, well, you know, I used to print when I would give my customers a package with on the resume paper, but I stopped doing that because I mean, really, everything's electronic now.
Yeah.
You know, resumes are uploaded and emailed. The only time you need a paper resume is when you go to an interview.
An actual interview.
And that's
yeah.
when you can print out your nice paper and put
Yeah.
in a nice envelope. But you know,
Yeah.
it doesn't make any sense to print a whole bunch of them because you may have a change at the last minute. You
Yes.
know.
Okay.
So that's what I tell people to do. Just
So if I could ask you, so you do, let's say you do 10 resumes a month. I mean, how many people are getting jobs from your efforts of doing resumes?
well, interestingly enough, I've had a lot of people tell me, I got a job, but I don't think it's because of the resume is just to help you get an interview.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's up to you from there. Obviously, if you can support what's on that piece of paper,
I
prove
got you.
through conversation that I can do the job,
Yeah.
and win the interview.
Yeah.
You know, but I've actually had people tell me they got an interview and they actually got a job.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I need to get those numbers so I can put it on my. I think that's a good idea. And let's collect that data to put on my website.
What resumes led to
Percentage.
Yeah.
interviews and then
Yeah.
to getting the job?
I'll start doing that.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's it in a sense, at least for this part. And unless there's anything else that you want to mention, give us your website again, your telephone number, any of that kind of demographic stuff.
Well, my number is a long number because it's in Dubai.
Okay.
So I don't know why he's gonna call me there. But the best way to get me is through my email.
Okay.
And it's yali487@gmail.com.
Yali.
Yali.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's resumes by Yali, which is Y Ali.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yali487@gmail.com.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm on my PC all the time, so I answer pretty quick.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we take it from there.
Give us your website one more time.
It's Yvette Ali, virtualadminservices.com.
Okay.
And then I have a Facebook page. It's Resumes by Yali.
Resumes.
Yeah,
Okay, resumes
so-
by Yali. Okay.
Yeah, so they'll find me there.
Okay.
Like my page.
Okay, so yeah, she's this is Yvette Ali. She was talking about her business. She's an entrepreneur, specializing in resume writing and social media management. Those are, I guess, the primary areas that she deals with. We're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, the next part of her time here with us, she's gonna be talking about. Her living in Dubai and what's that like as a Virgin Islander, being way on the other side over there, and just some of the fun stuff, the exciting stuff. I've never been, but I know she's going to give us some good insight on that. Give us a couple minutes and we'll be right back. All right. We are back. In the studio, we have Yvette Ali. She just got through. We're actually having like two segments in 1 hour. First segment that she blessed us with was her small business, resume writing, and social media management. So if you need help in any of those areas, please give her a call. Actually, send her an email. She said her telephone number is way too many digits, could be costly. But the cheaper way to do it is send an email. There she is right there. And as we move on here a little bit, Yvette, one of the other things I wanted you to sort of talk about is I guess most people know that you live in Dubai, but you are from here. But, a lot of people have never been there. I've never been there. So we just wanted to get a little insight from you about what it's like, from the time you land, even from you take off from here on your way back, what it's the excitement getting there and the airport and the taxis and just the whole 9 yards. Just kind of give us a feel, the nightclubs, the people.
Oh, gosh, I don't even know where to begin. That could be 2 hours. My son always teases me. He says, "Mom, when you start talking about Dubai, you don't stop."
Okay.
First of all, it's a long flight. It's in the Middle East, in the Persian Gulf, right off the Persian Gulf. So it's from Atlanta. It's about 14-15 hours. Straight shot. You can do a stop if you want in England or anywhere in Europe, and that's usually would be maybe 8 hours, and then the other leg would be like 5, 6, 7 hours.
Oh, so you
depending on
can
where
fly
stop.
from Atlanta straight there?
You can do a straight
Oh, really?
shot
Okay.
from Atlanta. Most of the time I do that.
Okay.
And that's 14 hours.
On the plane?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. So you,
Yeah.
okay. Plenty of drinks and plenty of, I guess.
Yeah, they feed you well. The seats are generally, they're comfortable, and each of the seats have a TV screen.
Okay.
So it's I'm so used to it. The first time I did the flight, I thought I was gonna die. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I can't even imagine being on a plane more
Yeah,
than
mo-
4 hours.
Yes.
But most of those flights leave late at night.
Okay.
So what happens, it takes off usually within an hour or so. They feed you, they give you
Okay.
dinner, and then everybody goes to sleep.
Okay.
They give you blankets, and you push back your seat, and if you like, I take a sleeping
Pass
pill.
out.
Yeah. Yes.
So sleeping pill, I sleep like through half of it. Then I wake up, and then I watch 2 or 3 movies, and I'm there.
Okay.
Literally, it's like that easy.
Okay.
So it's not that bad.
Okay.
And then you're excited about where you're going anyway, so it doesn't matter,
Yeah.
Is this any similarity in Dubai, just to St. Croix?
Oh, no, not at all. I mean, Dubai is, first of all, it's the Middle East. It's a huge city, so, this is an island. And so, of course, when you get there, I mean, I've been to a city before, so it's not like I didn't know what a city was like, but
Right.
I'd never been to the Middle East. So the first time I went, I didn't know really what to expect. Of course, I read books and I did my research. But when you first get there, yeah, it's pretty amazing because it's one of the Dubai is one of the Emirates and the United Arab Emirates. That's the name of the country.
Yes.
So the 7 states, and so what they're mostly known for is Abu Dhabi.
Yes.
Where the girls from Sex and the City,
Yes.
well, they didn't actually film there, but the setting was in there
Yes.
for the second part.
Right.
And then Dubai. So those are the 2 main states. Abu Dhabi is like supposed to be the richest city in the world.
Okay.
Okay.
And so, they help out Dubai all the time. So just imagine, I mean, this money. So you
Yes.
feel the opulence as soon as you arrive. You're like, okay, just feel it. Everything is just really overwhelming.
Yes.
So
So
you're-
it's nice cars. The airport's
nice
really
cars,
nice.
The airport's really nice. Everything's nice, and it's really clean.
Okay.
I think that's what I like the most about it. Just clean.
It's just very
because
clean.
it's a new city.
Okay.
It hasn't been
Right.
around that long.
Okay.
The country
Yes.
started in 1971.
Okay.
So I'm
Okay.
older than the country.
Okay.
Literally. So that's weird too. Like,
Yes.
okay, this place hasn't even been around that long, and it's so developed, and it's just developing. I mean, just the amount of construction.
Yes.
They say that right now, or for a while now, most of the world's cranes are sitting in Dubai right now. There's so much construction going on there.
Yeah.
It's like 20% of the world's cranes. I don't know, some weird statistic like that. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
But when you drive around, you see it. You see
Yeah.
cranes everywhere.
Okay.
Um,
So they're building hotels and apartment.
hotels, everything.
Okay.
Just everything, coliseum, schools.
Okay.
So hence the reason why a lot of teachers are being brought to work over there. So a lot of my friends are teachers, and there's at least one person from here.
That's a teacher
that
over
went-
there.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
Wow.
she-
Okay.
So we're we hang out a lot.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
So there's actually quite a few Virgin Islanders living over there that we've met over there or
Oh, really?
already knew. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So
Oh, really?
we formed our own little Caribbean group.
A little VI in Dubai association, right?
Yes, well, and there's actually a TNT association as well as Trinidadians.
Oh, really?
They have their
Okay.
own- they're very organized.
Oh, really? Okay.
Very. We have some friends from St. Thomas who they do Caribbean parties. I'm sure you see my pictures.
Yeah, I've seen a couple that you posted there. Yeah, it's like, man, I need to be over there hanging out.
It's really nice because when you're that far away from home, I mean, I'm the kind of person I talk to anybody. They say there's over 200 nationalities living there. So just imagine.
Yes.
At one point, we had a neighbor across us from London, New Zealand, South Africa. It's just you know. But you always like anybody's normal to want to hang out with people from where you're from. So we
yes.
just click with Caribbean people.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Okay.
We get together, we cook, and we go out. And
really?
sometimes we just do that. We just hang out at each other's houses.
Oh, really?
you know,
Okay.
so it's really nice.
Okay.
What's the weather like over there?
It's very hot.
Hot.
Is it like here?
No, there's no humidity.
Okay, but it's just
So
hot.
It's just like the dry, arid desert type
Yes.
of heat, right?
Okay.
So it goes up to about 120 degrees in the summer. So during the summer, most people leave. So like all the expats, we just leave. That's when we take our vacation.
Okay,
also-
because it's so hot.
It's so hot. Also, there's Ramadan for a month.
Okay.
So things kind of slow down. That's the off season. You
Yes.
know, party life slows down.
Okay.
School is out.
Okay.
So people just use that time to just go home. go
Okay.
back home. But other than that, for the rest of the year, from like November, I always tell people we're gonna visit from like November through maybe March or so. The weather is really nice.
Okay.
I mean, it's just like phenomenal. It's
Okay.
nice, cool weather. It actually gets pretty cold, like 50s or
Yeah.
Right.
for the desert, I think that's cold.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
But no, the weather's nice. But
Oh.
summer, it's very well air conditioned though. So it's hot, but it's not like you're outside walking around in the heat.
Yes.
Even the where you catch a taxi, the taxi stands,
Yeah.
they're air conditioned.
Oh, really? Okay.
So you're not,
Yeah.
and then they have certain regulations like the workers, the laborers during the summer. They're not supposed to work in the heat, so they'll shut down at a certain time and work later at night.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and also the stores are open later for Ramadan.
Okay. Okay.
Because when they break fast, that's when everything starts moving
Yeah.
again.
Back up
and
again.
Yes.
They'll open till like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you Dubai, I guess, is in the lines of like New York City, or probably even grander in a
It's been
sense.
described like a New York City on steroids.
Oh, really? Okay.
Literally,
Okay.
because it's a city of skyscrapers. It
Yes.
has the world's tallest building, the Burj Khalifa. But except the difference is I'm originally from New York, so I know I've lived
Okay.
in New York. It's just cleaner because
Okay.
it's a new city. I mean, it makes sense. It's brand new. It's
Yes.
only existed for just over 40 years.
Yes.
So it's
Yes.
shiny and new.
Yeah. Yeah. You mentioned that obviously this is the desert. I mean, have you experienced any sandstorms? Have you seen any sandstorms? Okay.
Yes, all the time.
Oh, really?
So cool, yeah. Sometimes I'm sitting at our apartment building and I see it, or you're driving and literally you have to pull aside
Okay.
because there's like zero visibility
Zero.
and it just comes for a few minutes and it goes. Or sometimes it's kind of there all day and then it just,
So you literally have sand blowing on you? I mean, if you went outside in a sense?
yeah, you feel it. It just comes up like it's just weird. You don't want to be outside because it'll be all over your hair and everything, and it's
Okay.
coming through your door. But and it could get pretty. Some people say it could be dangerous.
Okay.
I've heard that if it's, I don't think it's true, but I've heard that it can cut your skin.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
that might be an urban myth, but yeah, you don't want to be outside.
Okay.
Because it's strong.
There's some
winds.
danger to
Yeah.
being out there. Okay.
It can cause accidents. So
Okay.
if it's really bad, you just should pull aside until it's over. But it's really freaky
Okay.
to see. So we
Okay.
don't have thunderstorms. We have sandstorms.
Sandstorms.
Yeah. I've
So
seen.
I
I've
have a
seen.
blog, and my blog is called from wet sand to dry sand.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, you can find it on the internet.
Okay.
And so I don't post as often, but I post so I
Okay.
about what's life like, and I do a lot of comparisons.
Between here and there.
Yeah. And I post about food because I love food and just about general life.
Yeah.
Right.
Any
as an expat.
Any potholes over there?
No potholes.
Okay. I just have to ask that question.
No, we have shiny, brand new roads.
Stop it,
Everything
Nama.
is just, no potholes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, so do you work over there? So you get up at 8 and go to work for 9?
No, I don't work. I work from home.
Okay.
I do my virtual work, and I'm a student. So, but I do have a structure in my day because for you to be a student to work, you got to start at a certain time. So I typically try to start my day by 8 or 9.
Okay.
And I do my work in the morning, and I do my school work in the afternoon.
Okay.
So by afternoon, it's all done. I could just relax.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually take a lunch break at 12 o'clock. I go downstairs. So we live in they call it a villa, which is a townhouse.
Yes.
I turn on the TV and I have my lunch, and that's my break, and I go back upstairs.
Okay.
And I
Okay.
take Facebook breaks too, because when you're working from home all the time, it's like you don't have that social interaction with people.
Yes.
So that's my way of socializing.
Yes.
So I said, okay, let me see what's going on here. Talk to a few people, and I jump off because it's also distracting.
Distracting.
Yes,
you
it
know?
can be.
Yeah.
Okay. You can get a little consumed
Yeah.
at times with looking at
Yeah,
stuff on
Facebook
Facebook.
could do that.
So
So
the nightlife there. I mean, is it what's the nightlife there? Big clubs.
Yeah, there's a lot of clubs there. Surprisingly, because it's known to be a liberal. It's a Muslim country, but they're liberal.
Okay.
Which means they allow alcohol.
Okay.
Saudi Arabia, you cannot buy alcohol. It's just prohibited all the way.
Okay.
And I think in most other Muslim countries as well. So, no, they sell alcohol there in clubs. Hotels only. You can't buy it in a gas station or
Okay.
supermarket.
Got
If
Okay.
you have alcohol in your house, you have to have a permit.
In your
house?
house?
In your house, yes, you have to have a
Okay.
permit, which is about $40, which is reasonable.
Okay.
How often you have to do this?
It's a one-time
As a one-time
thing, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
it probably lasts for a few years
Okay.
because they want to have control. It seems of what goes on. They just
Yes.
And you know something, I really like it because they also have a zero tolerance for drinking and driving.
Okay.
So when you go partying or you go wherever you have alcohol, you better take a taxi. There's hundreds of taxis lined up. Take a taxi
Taxi
home.
home.
Yes.
Because if you're stopped, you're gonna go to jail. You'll be arrested. You may even lose your job.
Okay.
So
They take
and
it
I-
real. They take it that
Yes.
to that
Yeah.
height.
yeah.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
It makes
Responsibility
sense.
makes you a
And
more
you
responsible
go out,
citizen.
you have your drinks, do what you want, take a taxi home.
Yeah.
Period. So they enforce that. But yeah, they have really nice nightlife. Just about every kind of club because there's
Okay.
all these different nationalities. So there's Russian clubs, there's
Wow.
Indian clubs, there's Filipino clubs, there's the Caribbean scene
Okay.
and the reggae scene. I just went to a UB40 concert.
Oh, really? Okay.
That was amazing.
Okay. Okay.
That was amazing. So, and we find that a lot of people really love the reggae scene.
Yes.
They
Over
love, they love it. They love
Okay.
reggae. They love Caribbean music.
Okay.
And there's also a lot of Africans over there.
Okay.
And we've met a lot of African people.
Okay.
And we've hung out with them. They're really cool. There's an African club that we go to that's really nice.
Oh, really?
Live West African music and dancers.
Oh, really? Okay.
So there's just the nightlife is pretty amazing. So people come from other. There's a lot of people working in Saudi Arabia, and they don't have all that fun, so they'll actually fly to Dubai.
Okay.
They get a little break. Just
How
have some
far is
fun.
it from each one?
From Saudi Arabia, probably just a few hours, maybe like two hours.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
nearby.
Is that far away? Wow.
No.
Okay. Okay. And one of the things you mentioned too that I guess before we started, you were driving on a highway in the desert. So, we see deserts on TV shows. I mean, is it literally like a desert, just a lonely road?
Yeah, well, there's a long stretch from. We used to live in Al Ain, which is about an hour away from Dubai. It's a smaller city, so there's a long stretch between Dubai and Al Ain that's just like an hour and a half. It's amazing highway that was built in the middle of a desert. And you look to your left and your right, and you see nothing. During the afternoons, you see the camels.
Okay.
that are being brought in. So it's
Okay.
very beautiful. It's a different kind of beauty.
Yes.
I mean, there's no green, but it's just the desert is beautiful.
It's
It's
beautiful.
serene. It's just amazing. And it's funny because the locals, that's what they do. They hang out in the desert. Like we
Oh.
go to the beach in the rainforest, they go camp and hang out in the desert.
Wow.
So
Okay.
it's like that's like their
That's the thing.
pastime,
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
So
yeah.
what do you do when you're on this highway? How fast are you going?
Oh well, I don't drive fast, but some of the people there they drive really fast.
Oh, really?
The locals, all the sports cars,
Okay.
there's a lot of accidents.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, because you got a lot of people with money with expensive cars and young people and
Yeah.
speeding, and so there's accidents. You got to be really careful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just drive at the right speed and let them go. And I don't know how they do it because there's they have those what do you call it, the ticket boxes or machines
Yeah.
that clock you.
Yes.
And I'm sure they're getting tickets like crazy.
Yeah.
What
Okay.
side?
there was-
What side of the road do you drive?
On the right side.
On the right
Yeah,
side.
on the right
Yeah.
side.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I guess we're still on the left here.
I had to get used to that when I got here 2 weeks ago. For a minute, that was on the right.
Yeah. You gotta be careful with that.
Yeah.
Make the turn, and the next thing you know, you're head on
Yeah.
with some car or truck. And so you say that there's a lot of nationalities over. So Africans and Filipinos and they're all working over there. I mean,
Yes, the country is UAE has about over 9 million people that live in there, and only 15% are local. So the locals are a minority in their own country, which is interesting.
Oh,
Because
okay.
it's just not enough of them to do the work and build the country. It's all construction. So actually, I think 50% of the population is Indian. India is just like 2 hours away.
Okay.
So there's a lot of Indian workers, Pakistanis, and lots of Filipinos.
Okay.
And so that's a majority, and then the rest is just from all over. A lot of
Okay.
people from UK, from Australia, New Zealand, a lot of Russians.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So that's pretty neat. Everywhere you go, I mean, you see you see people dressed in their you see African
Attire.
people wearing skirts, men wearing skirts,
Oh, really?
Indian men wearing skirts.
Yes.
And you see the women with the saris, and you see the locals with the abayas and the
Okay.
kandora. So you see all of them. You see regular European clothing. You see every kind of attire, like anywhere.
Okay.
It's so
Yes.
diverse and it's so neat.
Yeah.
You know.
So is it expensive when you compare the price of a gallon of milk?
Well, food is not. I don't find food to be that expensive. It's about the same average to the U.S. Certain things are expensive.
Okay.
Pork is expensive.
Okay.
Pork is just interesting because Muslims don't eat pork.
Okay.
But they do sell it there for the expats who eat it at select supermarkets.
Okay.
And there's a big sign that says non-Muslims only. Which is
Okay.
funny. You're like, okay, you feel like you're doing something bad when you go in there, So I call it the porn part of the video store. So you're like, oh my gosh, should I go in here now, So yeah, and you go in there. But let me tell you, I mean, we don't eat pork a lot, My husband didn't grow up eating pork because his parents are Muslim. So for him, like, he doesn't really miss it.
Okay.
I'm Puerto Rican. We like lechon,
Yes.
and pernil. So every once in a while, I kind of get a craving. Oh, let's go get some pork chops. And the pork chops are so expensive.
Okay.
But the quality, like, everything is imported. They bring in the meat, and it's
Okay.
high grade. It's really beautiful pork chops
Okay.
and pork products. But most of the time, we just don't bother.
Okay.
But it's just really interesting. It's like,
Okay.
they have it there for those that want to buy. It's like, okay, well, for Thanksgiving, for example, I was kind of feeling like baking a ham. And I said, well, let me go check them out. It was like $100 US with the conversion for one ham.
How big was that
It
ham?
was average size, but I know ham will cost
$100?
$100. I was like, oh my God, forget that. I used to eat some chicken, turkey, or
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
those things are expensive, but food, generally, we get really good. Everything's imported,
Yes.
but the quality is good.
The good-
It's really good. We
good.
get a lot of good imports of produce. Everything's really pretty and clean in
Yeah.
the supermarket.
But you mentioned the prices are the same as in the States, but obviously the prices in the States are not the same as they are here. So
Oh,
things are a little cheaper, I would
I
imagine.
find it cheap. Oh yeah, cheaper than here for sure.
okay.
Yeah.
How's the
Okay.
Here,
gasoline?
just-
What's the price?
Oh, really cheap. Really, really. I don't remember how much it is now, but they produce gasoline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like really cheap.
Okay. So we're talking like what,
I
a
can't-
couple dollars for a gallon of
Yeah.
gas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
it's
bringing the gas
probably-
back with you?
Yeah, I should, huh? Yeah. So
Okay.
that's cheap. So certain things are expensive and certain things are not. Like services are cheap because you have a large sector, population of laborers.
Okay.
So these people, like, they always looking for work on the side.
Okay.
So you can get like your car washed for really cheap. Or
Oh,
your
really?
house cleaned.
Okay.
They're knocking on your door, and you're like, okay,
Okay.
Certain things are cheap. If you're lazy and you don't want to wash your car, you can get somebody to do it for like nothing.
Oh, really?
They
Okay.
just come around
And then just take care of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's the crime over there? Is it
Oh,
zero?
there's crime.
I mean, there's crime, but
there's no perfect place. There's things that happen because I read the news every day. There's like things that happen, but their crime is so low that it's been known or said to be like zero crime.
Oh, really?
I mean,
Okay.
it's literally. I mean, you can leave your doors open, and it just people are not. No one's gonna break in your house.
Oh, really?
Gonna
Wow.
Assault you. There's no guns. There's no. There's
Okay.
No crime.
So that means there's a lot of work available.
Well, yeah, everybody is in there because they have a job. You can't be in there. You can't live there if you don't have a job.
Oh,
You
really?
have to be sponsored. And most of the time, people are brought in through a company. They
Oh,
bring you
okay,
in, they
got
sponsor you.
Yes.
And then for me, for example, my husband sponsors
Sponsor you,
me
right.
because
Oh.
I'm his wife. So
Okay.
he has to apply for a visa for me.
So we couldn't take this show over there and did
No.
this show. We just couldn't do that.
You can visit. You can if you get someone to sponsor you. There's ways around it. Like they can sponsor you and get your visa, but I don't know how that all works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Interesting.
One of the things I wanted to actually do, I've seen these shows on like Discovery Channel, those kind of cable TV shows where they, and I guess this is Dubai, where they built this tree. This tree, I forget what they call it, but they sort of built up the land, and it's a tree. When you look at the overhead view, it's like a palm tree.
oh, the Palm Jumeirah.
That's over
Yeah,
there too.
yeah.
Have you
That's
been there?
Yeah, it's not too. See, Dubai in landmass is really not a big city. So, like from where we live, I can see the Burj Khalifa, I can see the Burj Al Arab, the 7-star hotel that it's known for.
Okay.
So the Palm Jumeirah is not that far. Nothing is really far from us. So actually, my husband works for Skydive Dubai,
Okay.
and when they jump off the plane, they jump up over the Palm Jumeirah, so you see literally the whole
Yeah.
shape. It's beautiful.
Oh, really? Okay.
So yeah, a lot
So
of
was this a
time-
hotel? That it,
the
the palm.
No, it's a residential community.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
residential
so
community.
it's-
Okay.
They're man-made islands
Yeah.
in the shape of a palm.
Palm.
And then they have the Atlantis there. There's
Okay.
only 2 in the world, as far as I know. There's one in in the Bahamas,
Bahamas.
and then there's one over there.
Yes,
Yeah. So
I
it's
heard
pretty
that too.
amazing. You can Google images and you'll see pictures of it.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen the
Yeah.
shows on TV, but I find it interesting
Yeah.
how they do that. How they
It's
did it.
amazing. It's amazing what money can do, because all of this is just money. I mean, they have done things. I was told the story of the road that was built from Dubai to Abu Dhabi, or Alain, was it Alain to Abu Dhabi? They were told it's impossible. There's no way you can build this road because of this and that. They're like, yeah, we're gonna build it. You know, we got. They
But
found a way.
what was the obstacle? I mean, if it's all kind of desert and flat.
It has something to do with because a large stretch of it has they planted a lot of trees.
Okay.
So they had to figure out a way to run the water, you know.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, to keep these trees, and I don't know what the other obstacles are, but I mean, to build a highway across the desert too, and just everything that they do. This is a desert.
Yeah.
I mean, you just like popped up this big city over a desert.
Desert.
You know, it's like,
Yeah.
how do you do that?
Yeah.
You know, with money, you know,
Yeah.
you can find a way.
Yeah. You got the money.
Yeah.
We'll get
They
it done
found
for
a
you.
way, you know.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you too about. Have you seen anybody famous over there? Because a lot of times on Facebook, you see celebrity X, Y, and Z over there in Dubai.
Just about everybody. Just about in terms of like, okay, for concerts, Madonna has been there, Prince, Sade. These are I'm naming the ones that I missed. I missed these concerts, but all the because I don't keep up with with music like that. All the pop stars are in style now. They've all come.
Okay.
They bring in a lot of artists.
Okay.
Celebrities, yeah, they're just. Will Smith was there not too long ago. He went to skydive.
Oh, really?
His
Okay.
work. So yeah, because Dubai is so well known and everybody wants to go to Dubai. It's just they've marketed themselves that way.
Yeah.
So it's a very popular destination, and I think that's how they make most of their money. They've started with oil,
Yes.
but right now a large portion of their revenues is through tourism.
The tourism.
Yeah,
Okay.
people come for tourism.
Okay.
It's like a playhouse for the wealthy.
For the wealthy. Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
So.
Yeah, you got any questions, Soup?
You enjoying your experience over there?
Yes, I am, because to me it's like a dream. I remember hearing about Dubai years
Right.
ago, and if someone had told me I was going to live there, I'm like, what? It's a very good experience to live somewhere
Yeah.
outside of the U.S.
Yeah.
Were your husband working in the refinery too?
No, he used to work for Seabourn.
Okay.
Yeah. So he
Okay.
actually left a few years before me. So I've been traveling there since 2008. And last
Oh,
year
okay.
was my final move.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good experience, to live abroad. It changes the way you see things,
Yes,
and
definitely.
it's just the experiences and the kind of people you meet, and not just that, but it really truly is a great place to live.
Oh, really?
It's
Okay.
comfortable,
How's
it's safe.
How's the education system over there?
They have schools, American schools. They have the UK system schools. They have Pakistani schools. They have Filipino schools. They have every kind of school.
Oh,
Because all these people live in there, they need schools for their kids.
Kids.
You know?
Okay.
So
Okay.
they have a lot of schools, every kind of school.
Okay.
New York University just built a campus there.
Oh, really?
Abu Dhabi. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If you Google schools there, so school is not a problem. It's expensive.
Okay.
If your employer is not paying for it and you want to send your child to
Okay.
a good school, just
Right.
like anywhere,
Where?
you're gonna pay.
Yeah.
You know.
So do they have like I guess public and private schools over there?
The public schools are for the locals. Because
Okay.
the locals get free schooling and free medical.
Okay.
They get like a stipend every month
Okay.
for food. It's a welfare country state.
Yes.
So the locals are really well taken care of by the government.
Oh,
They
okay.
have incentives to marry locals because they want them to populate the
The
country.
country, okay.
Yeah, so like when
Okay.
if you marry a local woman, they'll help you out by giving you a piece of land and getting you started
Nice.
and a
Oh.
business because they're trying to populate. They have this program called Emiratization.
Okay.
So the vision is that in 30 years, most of these jobs are supposed to be done by locals. I don't see it happening
Okay.
because for several reasons, but it's a process.
Okay.
It's only 15% of they're gonna
Of
have
the-
to make a lot of babies,
Babies.
soon to, So
Wow. And
for the time being, they got to bring in all the talent from abroad
abroad,
to
yeah.
work. Yeah, and there, if you look it up, you'll see just a lot of Fortune 500 companies have offices there. Microsoft has a building there. Oracle has a building there.
Yeah.
There's a whole media city.
Okay.
LinkedIn just opened an office there. I want
Yeah.
to get a job there.
So you work from home, but I guess if you went downtown during lunchtime, you probably could see hundreds of people just all out on the street walking and get lunch?
Nobody's ever in the street. It's too hot.
Oh really? Oh really?
No,
Okay.
not really, because it's like people in the buildings and they jump in a taxi. They either go to the mall, go to a coffee shop, a cafe, or lunch or whatever. It's not
Okay.
too much of a,
Walking, not too
Yeah,
much about.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's like parks and things like that, but the people will be doing it in the evenings. You'll see a lot of people outside,
Okay.
just sitting down, and,
Okay.
eating. and
About
whatnot.
what time the sun goes down over there?
The sun will go down. It's kind of like it goes down. During the winter it sets earlier.
Right.
Just like in the States, and then during the summer
Have
later.
longer
yeah,
days.
longer
Okay.
days. Yeah.
I mean, like 9 o'clock, like New York, 10 o'clock.
No, not that late. I
No.
think by 8 o'clock or so.
Okay.
Yeah. 'Cause
Okay.
in New York is like crazy.
Yes.
What?
Sun's still up at night.
Yeah. Even I was just in Baltimore for a month, and it was 9 o'clock. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, the sun does stay out in that area a little long.
East
Yeah.
side,
Yeah.
East Coast.
Yeah, the East
Yeah.
Coast does stay real long. I had a question there. Oh, so as far as that question just slipped my mind that quickly. Whoa, I forget what it was. Just that quick, man. So just kind of tell us here. Actually, what I wanted to ask you is about like local TV and radio. I mean, TV stations and that kind of stuff.
Okay, so we have cable. So we get stations from everywhere,
Oh.
from all over the world.
Okay.
And then there's about 1 or 2 local stations. So
Okay.
one is called Dubai One.
Okay.
And so, they'll have like the Arab novelas, telenovelas, soap operas.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Dramatic, just like any other. And they'll
Okay.
have local shows, informative shows.
Okay.
And a lot of them are really good because they're cultural. They try to bridge the gap and
Okay.
try to teach you about,
Okay.
their culture. There's the local news.
Okay.
So it's no different than anywhere else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you talked about a lot of, I guess, VI people being over there. I mean, is it like hundreds of thousands? Well, I'm gonna be.
Well, I don't have numbers, but I know that if you go on to Facebook and you type in UAE TNT Association, Trinidad and Tobago Association, they have a lot of people on that page. And I think their group has like 1,500 members.
Oh, really?
Last
Okay.
time I checked.
Okay.
That's a good chunk of people.
Yes.
Yeah.
And every once in a while I bump into somebody that tells me, oh, I have a cousin or sister or friend working over there from the Virgin Islands. We just haven't met them yet. Like, well,
Right.
tell them to reach out to me.
Okay.
Because we're forming our own little coalition over there,
Okay.
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 And it's just really nice,
Okay.
Our gatherings are really nice.
Okay. Okay.
So,
It sounds like fun, man. Hopefully, one of these days I'll get over there. If nothing else, just to check it out for just a couple of weeks.
anytime,
Just
anytime. You're
go check.
welcome.
Sure.
Just to come over there and check it out. Oh, I want to ask you another silly question too. I'm just trying to compare the Virgin Islands, the States, and over there. But I mean, your WAPA bill over there. I guess it's probably called something else. But
Yeah, atisalat. It's during the summer it's high because we're running all the ACs and it's
yes.
really hot. But I don't find it's definitely better than here.
Okay.
Everything's better than here right now in terms of the
Okay.
utility bill. So it's not that bad. No, it's
Okay.
not that bad.
Okay.
We don't pay a whole lot.
Okay.
Just during the summer.
Just
'Cause
okay.
You're running the AC more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Continuously,
The
yeah.
only thing that's expensive over there is rent. Right now, it's a challenge. Rent. So expats, it's very typical for a person to move, like when their lease is up, because the rent will go up. There's a big issue with that right now.
So,
with rent control.
So when you say expensive, you thought like a 1-bedroom is like what?
It depends on where you want to live, just like everywhere.
Okay.
You can probably pay like a little bit of rent if you want to go live in a crappy area.
Yeah.
It's not, so it depends on where you want to live. You want
Okay.
to live in a nicer place, so you kind of have to really shop around.
Okay.
There's a lot of complaints by the expats about that because the real estate people that own they want to jack up their rent every year.
Yeah.
It's just making it really difficult.
Okay.
And not everybody over there makes a lot of money.
Okay.
That's the next thing. There's
Okay.
a large segment of the population that don't make a lot of money.
Okay.
So, they have a challenge trying to find
Something that's affordable.
housing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What's the size of Dubai? You know?
The dimension, no, I don't. It's not a very big country. If you look on the map, you see it's really small.
Yeah, it's
like
small.
right there.
Yeah, it's very small.
It's small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a very small
Uh-huh.
place. So Yvette Ali is our guest tonight. She did the first half of the second hour on her business. She is an entrepreneur. She deals with resume writing and social media management. And in the second half of the second hour, we're just talking about what it's like living over there. Just kind of asking some silly
Right.
questions, comparing the Virgin Islands to the States and Dubai, and seeing how it all kind of looks. Sounds interesting. Hopefully, one of these days, like I said, I'll get over there and check it out. Maybe one of these days, the show will be over there, doing the show live over there, talking to the locals and just checking that all out. But it's about 10:22, and I could see that as we sit here and I look at the guests, what I see around 10 after 10 soup is this sort of glazed over look.
Yep.
And I saw that on Yvette's face, so we're gonna kind of wrap this up. But is there anything you want to say in closing about Dubai and about your business? Just kind of put it all together, and we'll just kind of leave it at that.
Let's see. In a nutshell, I guess what I really want to tell people, the inspiration, I want to inspire people who are not working, or just a lot of people too are just tired of working for someone.
Yes. Yes.
That you can reinvent yourself and work for yourself if you really wanted to.
Okay.
Just look at your skills and look at what you know how to do.
Okay.
And do a lot of research.
Okay.
And you can get inspired by looking at other people's websites. In terms of Dubai, what can I say? If you're an adventurous person, if you're tired of living in the U.S. and you want to try something new, I think it's a good place to go live and work.
Yeah. Actually, as you say that, one other quick question I would ask you: does anybody that was working in the refinery here that has made it over there? Because I know at one point there was some advertising about jobs.
Not that I'm aware of, but
Okay.
I know there's been quite a few who are working in Saudi Arabia.
On Saudi Arabia, okay.
Because they have a lot of oil refineries there, whereas Abu Dhabi has maybe just a few. But
A few oil refineries.
yeah, they have maybe one or two. They're in
Okay.
Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
But I think Saudi Arabia is the place. There's a lot. Of
Okay.
oil
And
refineries there.
maybe that's
Yeah.
what it was. Maybe it was Saudi
Yeah.
Arabia, as you
Yeah,
say that.
Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
I've heard of a few that have gone to work over there. And they've actually, I know of one. Actually, he stopped in Dubai to see us.
Oh, really?
We had a friend, yeah.
Okay.
On the way back home. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yes, our guest tonight is Yvette Ali. She is, as I said, a small business entrepreneur, and she lives in Dubai. And she was just sharing with us what it's like to live over there, in a sense. And then she comes back here and she stops, I guess, in the States. And that's a little bit smaller, I guess, in size and population. And she comes to St. Croix, where she's from. And then, hey, how does it feel to come back to just such a small?
It felt weird. I didn't really know what to expect, but the next day, it felt very peaceful.
Here?
Quiet.
Yes.
Quiet.
Okay.
Because it's slowed down a lot since the refinery. I mean, I stuck around for a year, but between last year and now, it even got quieter.
Quieter.
Yes.
And which is good and bad. It's
Yes.
bad because it's not good for business.
Yes.
It's good for those that live here. It's good for senior citizens.
Yes.
Also, I was telling my parents, like, things are easier for you now because there's no lines anywhere. The roads are clear.
Yes.
But it's just a little too quiet.
Yeah.
So it makes me sad because this used to be such a bustling place.
Yeah, it was booming,
It was just
yeah.
a booming little island. And to see it so quiet, it's just like, oh man, it gotta get better than
It's
this.
got to
you
get
know?
better. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right,
But
so
it's home, so
it's home, man. Home sweet home, eh?
that's it. Yeah.
Yes, our guest tonight is Yvette Ali. There she is. Thank you. We want to say thank you. You're always welcome to come back when you're in
you.
town. And as the Skype works, we can maybe get you the Skype in from over there.
Yeah.
And we can continue on with our conversation. Or if any groundbreaking events that happen with you, and you want to come on our show and just kind of take your time to let it out, this is the show to do it.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Once again,
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Yvette.
Okay.
Once again, here, this is the It's Your Perspective Talk Show. It is Wednesday, August 20th, about 10:26 p.m. My name is David, a.k.a. Christian, alongside
Soup.
That's it right there, man. I just want to let everybody know that we will be back on the air tomorrow night. We do have 2 more guests lined up for tomorrow night. You can reach us at 340-201-9005. We have 2 Facebook pages. We're on Twitter, VI Perspective. Most importantly, this is the high-tech, low-tech studio coming to you live from an undisclosed location in St. Croix, Virgin Islands. No radio, no TV, internet only, 8 p.m. until. Any last words, Soup?
One perfect love. Yvette, get home safe.
That's it right there, man. One perfect love, and we'll be back tomorrow evening.
Thank you.
You're welcome.